Tyler Abezy Ferris, a 9-time tournament champion and a 2-time world champion. The First Blood King also has compiled over 12,000 kills since the conception of the CDL, which ranks first all-time in the league's history. All this has given him the top spot in Call of Duty for the highest career earnings, coming in with a whopping $1.7 million, putting him ahead of the likes of greats like Scump, Crim6, Formal, and anyone else that's donned the main stage before him. So today we will be covering the 3 main factors that make Abezy the player he is, and the ways you can utilize him to play like the greatest submachine gun player in Call of Duty history. And to start things off, we're going to be looking at the most electrifying play from the MW2 season.
Taken down as well, and Abezy has a 1 versus 4 to try and do something.
Would you put it past him? Maybe in this scenario, finds Hydra.
The no reload cancel.
Surely not Hydra. Oh my goodness, Abezy! Oh,
With bomb down. Yeah, so obviously we can't break this play down. This will never happen again in Call of Duty history. So we're gonna have to back it up. We're gonna go to the nitty and gritty of Abezy's playstyles, and we're gonna start with factor 1, which is his overwhelming aggression.
And one of the most aggressive players in the league, it's
Abezy, he might be the single most influential player we've ever talked about. What he's able to do, he is a tear.
Abezy's aggression has always been the factor of his game that makes him generational. From his first year in the Pro League, winning champs in BO4, to now making grand final event after event after event after event, this guy never stops, and aggression is the name of Tyler's game. Now obviously there's a handful of players in the league currently that can match Abezy's aggression. You got Pred, Hydra, and Vivid, past players like Scump, Apathy, and Aches. These players all put the fear of God into their opponents. What separates Abezy from the rest though is he literally never stops. In Respawn, and most importantly S&D. As I referred to Abezy earlier with the coin nickname the First Blood God, Abezy is a thorn in every team's side. Having a game plan around him is like game planning around a free safety in football. You never know when he's gonna strike. Playing the deep ball, falling to the flats, or coming 20 miles an hour off the edge at your quarterback. Abezy is always playing mind games like this with the other team's coaches. When these players get on the main stage and are dreaming about that trophy, Abezy's a nightmare snatching it away. Okay guys, it's time to finally break down some gameplay of Abezy and seeing how we can use it in our own gameplay when we're playing ranked play. But first I'd like to mention there are so many clips that we could find of Abezy showing off this aggression from so many titles. He's always been, in every game mode, the aggressor. But for this one, we're going to back it up to the Call of Duty Cold War season to a grand final against Toronto Ultra.
I'm legendary.
Okay guys, the stage is set and now we are going back in time to the grand finals of the Cold War season at Champs. And this is round 1, game 2 at Express S&D. And I just want to put this out here. Abezy gets 5 of 11 First Bloods, which just speaks to the aggression. And you'll see a lot of aggression. You'll see sometimes he slows down and just little things you can pick up on. You're going to notice that you can bring into your own game. But let's get into it. So yeah, bomb down for Toronto Ultra. Faye's got a 4v4 retake. I want you guys to always be looking at 3 at the bottom of the minimap and just see what Abezy does. Here, he's going to throw a nade, get some shots down, be the aggressor. But being the aggressor, he's smart enough to know, I'm going to back off, wait for Simp, as you're going to see here, to clean up this kill. And he's got an AR looking over him. Easy does it. He just sat in that little corner, just something so simple to make it a 4v1 for Cammy. Nothing Cammy can do. Beautiful stuff from Abezy, playing patient, something you can do. Get some damage down, look at your mini-map, you're going to see your players converging on the player, and they can take care of them. Another time, Abezy's just going to push the pace. He's always going to be playing around bomb sites, especially on offense, and going to be really putting pressure on the other team. Bance knows he's there, sees RC's. RC's going to call him out. Abezy, easy kill, and he's got teammates looking over him. Easy does it, and that's the first blood. This one's fun. This is Abezy taking advantage of taking a different route, showing a different play. It's really the grand finals here, and a lot of players would never have the balls to do this. But he's willing to try and make a play, finds insight on the other side of the map. And I just want to pause here for a sec. I know we're going at a fast pace there. I just want to stop it because Abezy, player 3, once again, will always be the most pushed up player. If I bring out my pen here, he will always be cutting the map in half vertically, horizontally, like whatever, oh my God, whatever direction it is, wherever the fight is, he will always be the one cutting it in half and pushing beyond that half point. And I don't know what that is. But yeah, Abezy really just knows when to push, and smart pushes, just like you saw the kill on Insight. and he's going to back up, make a nice play on Kleenex. He knows Kleenex is an aggressive player, and he's going to take care of him. Let's start it up. Boom. All two. Oh, he'll find the third. He'll find the third, Maven. And there it is. So here we go. Big round. Abezy's going to take a different route with RC's looking over him, giving the other team a different look. Bance. Boom. You're out. First blood does get traded, but actually I'm going to pause here once again. So the big thing about Abezy getting Bance there is he gets first shots. So now he has to get traded by Kleenex. But Kleenex now is giving his position away. But now if we flip it and Bance is the one that killed Abezy, now RC's has to give his position away to get the trade. So it's just the little things where if you're looking at your mini map and you're playing alone, it's just a little thing that will help you throughout the game, that if you have a chance to get that first blood, get it. Abezy try to get out, but it's just all an information game. And if you're 4-stack and you got comms, blah, 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 you'll be able to call out the guy that is trading you. So yeah, just getting that first blood is so important. Just a small little thing we all don't really think about, but it's just little things like that that can change the game. So yeah, they win that round, but Ultra really put 3 on the board. So now this is the swing round. And Abezy taking the same route. They played closer to bomb, so he couldn't flank them on the right. Just switches up his route a little bit, and that's just playing lots. And here, I love this. Abezy gets aggressive after his kill. Pushing the pace. Easy. And that's just, the more you play, you'll know where teammates or teams are, or guys are hiding, sorry. And obviously, Insight with a shot there. He knows he's got guys looking over and pushing through. And I love this. It's a small little thing as we're going to get into his teamwork. Abezy throws his life, baits him out, selling with the AR. He's going to win that every time. And that's just being a good teammate, as Abezy is. And now the stage is set once again. Round 11. Who's going to get the first blood? It's Abezy. Takes a beautiful route. Sims planting the bomb. But where the other clip, he was aggressive. This time he's going to stay put. He's going to play his life, knowing the situation of the game. And he's just playing for information. And he's with our cities. Knows Kleenex is super aggressive, like I mentioned. Knows he's going to start pushing the pace, trying to make a play. And Abezy, gun skills we're going to get into, just wins the one. And so now it's a 2v2. Celium gets the numbers in their favor. 1v1. Abezy. God. Just textbook 5 first bloods, 12-4. You go down 2-0 in the grand finals. Who knows what's going to happen? But Abezy made it happen. And just little things that we can turn into our own game. Look at your mini-map to start. I know for a couple years we didn't have it, but it's so important to be aware on the map. It's something that I need to work on, that everyone needs to work on. Look at your mini-map. If you watch the pros, they are always looking up to the top left of their screen, trying to get information, seeing where players are, and obviously the comms help. But look at your mini-map. Trade effectively. Don't be scared to get aggressive. You're only going to get better by playing around the bomb sites, especially in search and destroy or in the hard point, playing around the hard point, finding timings. So knowing when to be aggressive. So when you're playing by yourself, really just push the pace. Don't be scared to make plays, and you'll just get better. And when in 4-stack, you know your role. If this is your role, this is the best you can be. Learn from him. Learn from the best. But yeah, that is aggression in the biggest stage in the world, and Abezy just show us how it's done. Now with aggression out of the way, we're going to move to a banger part of the video, which is breaking down his gunplay and mechanics. Let's get into it.
It is Abezy to draw the first and the second blood. Swift, decisive. Abezy, sweet Jesus, he finds himself 2 more.
Abezy trying to do what he does. He's finding the entries. He finds a multi-kill.
Gun mechanics isn't the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the name Abezy. It's definitely the most overlooked part of his game. For gunplay, we think of players of the likes of Vivid and Dashy. The accuracy of which these players have separates them from the pack. And for mechanics, our heads instantly go to one player, Shotzzy.
The fuck, he's laying down close to the
Top left. He just jumped.
Now what he does on the map just doesn't make sense. Where these players exceed at these certain things, Abezy takes a different approach at them. Abezy doesn't waste a single movement on his remote, stick or trigger. Abezy is purpose to every gunfight and movement he makes. Whether it's jumping in a hill for Simp to get his trades or surviving on the control point alone, you can see every step his character makes is intentional. Every direction his gun points is premeditated. Match this with aggression and you get Tyler Abezy. Okay guys, I got a few clips from a few different titles that we're going to break down here, and we're going to really look at every movement he makes, and like I said, the direction of his gun and where it's pointed, and you'll see every movement has purpose like I mentioned. So let's get into it. Okay, guys, it's time to get into gunplay and mechanics, and we have 6 different clips from 3 different titles. Each title will have its own little thing you're going to be looking at, and for the first 2 clips, the MW2 clips from last year, I really want you guys to focus on the no wasted movement. I'll run you through it and just see how deliberate he is on the map, and the gunplay, I guess that speaks for itself. And in all these for your gunplay, it's just about playing the map, getting used to it, whether it's in hard point or whatever, just knowing the timings, and then your gun will be centered where it's got to be, where you know people are going to come from. But let's get into it. This is really fun clips of just Abezy being Abezy. Okay, wait, I want to pause here because I think this is cool. Let me grab my pen here. In the top left corner, you got Hook and Shotzi coming from here, and then in your bottom of your mini map, you can see Ghosty and Dashy. So let me circle that. They're actually going to kill him. It's just such a cool shot. Abezy's running full speed into the hill. They're losing by a lot here. I'm an optic boy, so this play I remember I did not like at all. But it's just so cool. Abezy just running, using that aggression, just getting the hill. Doesn't give a rat's ass, and he just gets in there, and we're gonna see what he does next. So sick. Oh. Okay, so obviously a lot happened there in a short amount of time. I'm going to back it up, and we're just going to break it down what he did. Okay, you guys seen it once. It's time to go back. I'm just going to explain what happens, let you watch it one more time through, so then you get a full grasp of what Abezy does here. But it starts with him actually throwing a nade. Gun's not even up. Ghosty has a gun up. I don't know what he's shooting at, the papers there, I guess. And but Abezy's going to make a beautiful little jump play here to his right. Get behind a little wall, a little stack of paper as well, I'm pretty sure, and just hit his shots. Beautiful just movement. You don't have time to actually think about that. That's just knowing in your remote, knowing the map in the back of your mind. And after he gets this kill, Dashy's going to come from the same spot as Ghosty. He's not going to come into the hill. He's going to play more on the outside. I'm sure you guys all remember playing this map. You kind of go to the outside of the building, try and get an angle behind them behind desk. But Abezy's going to make a nice dolphin dive, jump back, do a sweet laying down a jump shot, get on the heady on the desk, take care of him. And then I know the last 2 kills you could say are snaking, but I really watched it, and Abezy does not snake once when he actually shoots his gun, and before he shoots his gun, he just laying down, healing, gets up. Hook, I think, is the first one to come in, shoots his gun. Abezy knows where they are, picks them up, but we'll watch one more time, and it's sick.
Where they're coming from, but there's no trophy. No trophy. Shotzi finds the kill. Hook finds another. Last player on the point is Abezy. He goes big. He finds 2.
You can see there, his head isn't going up and down. So sick. And now you can hear the announcers going crazy as well. Yeah, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Good frame on that one. If this one, I'm just going to explain it, run through once, because there's nothing too crazy here, but if you just watch his movement, it is so deliberate, and you just got to really get in the mind of him. I know he's getting unreal comms from his teammates, obviously. You can tell just by the way he's moving. He's just reacting to what they're saying, but the last kill is so cool. If you really just watch it, you just see him out-time whoever's at the back steps, and it's so cool if you actually break it down. The way he's going to jump on the little benches going down the steps of P1 here. It is sweet, or P2, sorry, and just watch this. It is Abezy being Abezy.
Out this lead the early going. A pick behind Chris will that be enough to maybe start to get in. Start to test some of this.
This guy's mind is just nuts. You can just tell he got the calm there. But once again, like, he snakes a little bit, but here he just takes the chow, like a little sweet little spin on the benches. That one split second, just so sick. That last split second was it for me. Cool little spin he did there. He was checking everywhere. His gun is just going where his mind wants it to go, and he's so deliberate. And those were just sweet clips of just no wasted movement, and just beautiful shots, obviously. And now we got some BO4 clips where I really want you to focus on his shouldering. A lot of us don't do enough of that. Really good players are obviously really good at shouldering. BO4, you had more health, so shouldering made more sense. But in all these games, I know for myself, I do not shoulder enough. I'm here with a team. We LAN party all the time. We do not shoulder enough. But it's so good for comms for yourself, seeing where people are on the map. Sorry, not comms for yourself, but just seeing where people are on the map for yourself, but be able to calm out to your teammates as well. So these next 2 clips, also let them run. They're sweet clips. And just really focus on his shouldering, getting information for his teammates, and some really nice shots as well. Couple with the slam. Just so cracked. Like I mentioned, not like a Shotzi movement. It's just so deliberate, like I said. Shouldering. Really trying to play his timings. Oh, and doesn't jump shot there because he knows he's got a snap on. Disgusting. Just so deliberate here. Just I think he dies right after this, but just the shouldering. He gets 2 callouts right there, easy, just from him shouldering. Yeah, he may die, but I know where 2 guys are now. Called out to the team. Just aggression. Just doesn't stop. Ridiculous. Just beautiful. Just no wasted movement. Before we move on to the last set of clips, just that shouldering. You can go back and watch it again, but it's just he is doing it on purpose every movement, and it was just that little in the staircase, just checking it, playing timings. The one guy's shoulders too, but he shouldered at that perfect timing, so then he can get the first slide, initiate the attack, push out, get a couple sweet kills. Just unreal shouldering, just playing for information, playing for his own information. Sweet stuff. These are the last 2 clips, and they're from Vanguard. And the first clip's nothing special. The second one breaks my heart, and I'm sure it'll break many of your hearts when you see it. But this one's nothing special. There's sweet timings. This first kill you're going to see, he could have chased the kill. The player went prone. He waits, gunnies up, snaps onto him, and then just the rest. You can just see little twitches in his movement, getting his gunnies up at the right time. And if he had a little more health, the last kill would have been sweet. I would have chased. I would have 100% chased, and I would have died there. Just the jump shot over the box, just so sweet. And if he got this one, like the timings, and then this one just hurts. I think you're gonna be able to hear their comms pretty good going through my speaker, but he's just doing everything so deliberately, playing his timings, and yeah, it's against the boys in green, so Gumpy. He's just switching his position, playing different angles, pre-fire and stuff. Like, this guy is cracked. Some bunny hopping. Oh, he knows when to iron, he knows when to take off his iron, he knows when to move. Just reads the map so well. And I don't know who he gets for the last one. Illy, RIP. That was breaking down gunplay mechanics, and you can't just go in a game and just play like Abezy. But there are small things you can do, like get in a pubs game, shoot bots for your aim. Get in a pubs game, play lots of hard points, really play the league play maps, and just play around the hill, push the hill, find the timings on the hill, because the game is played around the hill. You can play a rover and do your own thing in league play, but you might not get better and you might just be hurting your team. Play around the hill, play your timings, shoulder things, get information for yourself if you're playing by yourself. If you're playing with teammates, really focus, and I promise you will get better, and we're trying here, no Phil, but just play for information. Calling out, then the map seems so much smaller and so much easier to navigate, and everything just comes simpler. So yeah, that's just sweet Abezy stuff. Go break down some of his clips by yourself. Everything is just so deliberate, even just the way he moves around walls and just the way he moves around the map. It's so cool. If you actually just look at him, you know what he's doing, and you can kind of get inside the mind of him. So that's breaking down Abezy. Beautiful timings, beautiful shouldering, beautiful movement, and beautiful shooting. Okay guys, moving on to the third factor now, and I've spoiled it earlier in the video, but it is teamwork, and we're gonna not break down clips, but just talk about what makes Abezy the winner he is today, and why his teammates and the people around the league speak so highly of him, and how you, whether you're solo queue or in a full team like I am here in a house with all my best friends, how playing to win and playing as a team just makes the game a lot more fun, and just talking about the little things Abezy does in his gameplay or outside of the game that makes him a winner and a good teammate, and how you can be a better teammate.
Atlanta FaZe 3-0. They're going to the grand finals.
FaZe, unstoppable, godless killing machines.
For all stakes and purposes, when Abezy and teamwork are mentioned in the same sentence, we have to bring up the fact that his core teammates over the course of his career consist of Simp and Cellium. We all wish when we solo queued into a ranked play game, we saw Cell and Simp gamertag pop up into the right corner of our screen. But that is a fever dream. But Atlanta FaZe are not the team they have become today without Abezy. More so than any teammate he's shared the stage with. For 6 seasons straight, Abezy has been the key component to the overwhelming success of United and FaZe. The role Abezy has played, whether it's been 5-on-5 or 4-on-4 over his career, is get dirty and wish your KD goodbye. And this is unselfish wavering has made him the special talent he has become today. And hardpoint is jump in the hill head first, ask questions later. And when it comes to search and destroy, it's make a play early. If not successful, have fun watching us play the rest of the round out. Teamwork's obviously very hard to measure inside a Call of Duty game, but like I was mentioning in the prologue, Abezy does do things inside the game that is unselfish, like being the entry sub so Simp can pick up his easy kills, or like we mentioned earlier in the video, just being that entry guy in every search and destroy round, always being the first one to cross that half point line. Abezy does make it easier for his teammates, and There's a reason he's #1 in assists in all of CDL history, and those are just kills that he could have had, but he gave away to his teammates. And with all that said, and the winning that FaZe is able to do, and winning champs in his rookie year, he's a winner and a great teammate. What does that mean for the average gamer like myself, or many of you guys watching this video? You know, after a hard day's work at the job, or maybe a day after a hard day of school, you just want to get on with your boys. But we all can make that experience better by just being a good teammate. When a guy pops a 3-piece, hype him up. When a guy ninja defuses a bomb in round 11, go crazy. And that's one thing we can take from these pros. Watch how they communicate, watch how they talk to each other. They just make the game make sense. And in that way, it becomes more fun for yourself. Whether you're solo queuing or 4 stacking, remember, be aggressive, hit the grind, be a great teammate, be an Abezy.